Wealthy individuals aren't concerned about where their next meal will come from or whether they'll be able to pay their rent on Friday, yet these are symptoms of a lack of money. Rich people use their money to build infrastructure around themselves, avoiding many of the challenges ordinary people face. Welcome back to another exciting video. Today's video is about 10 things the rich don't have to do. Before we start the video, please like, subscribe, and press the bell icon. Wait in line. You don't have to wait in line for anything when you're wealthy. You don't queue for the latest iPhone, you don't queue to get into the club, you don't queue at the restaurant, and you don't queue to go through security or board a plane like everyone else. You don't even have to wait in the waiting area when you go to the hospital. You have privileged access because you are wealthy. You can skip the museum queue if you pay a little more. You can receive a personalized showing tailored, especially if you spend even more. Carry a coat or a bag around. When you meet actual wealthy people, this is one of the first things that strikes you as weird. Even in the winter, they only wear their inside garments and carry their credit card on their phone. Why? Because they have a driver that takes them anywhere they want to go. Because the car is outside, they are transitioning from one climate-controlled habitat to another. They don't need to bring anything because they aren't going on a picnic. Stop any poor person, and you'll find an entire universe of tools, items, and trinkets in their luggage that could only be useful in specific scenarios. Buy tickets of any kind. You don't buy bus tickets since you never take the bus. Because you live in the city center, you either Uber or walk to your destination. You have a concierge who handles all of these details for you. You only have to tell them what you want. You don't buy theater, plane, or lottery tickets because your parents taught you from a young age that the lottery is a tax for individuals who don't know math. Take a look at the menu prices. When you're poor, you know exactly how much money you can spend on the rare occasion that you get to eat out. When ordering with a group, there's usually a lot of real-time math going on. That does not happen for the wealthy. Dessert will be served or not, depending on how they are feeling. Not how much it costs. They don't need to look at the menu prices because almost all restaurants have a limit on how much meals will cost. For example, a tasting menu at a Michelin-starred restaurant costs approximately $500 per person. With wine pairings and possibly the caviar bonus, you're close to $1,000 per person. That is the limit. So, if you're happy with the ceiling, anything below it is irrelevant. There are two exceptions to this rule, and this is where we enter the realm of the connoisseur. When you enter a domain built to milk their demographic dry, even the wealthy care about the price. The exclusive clubs. Cirque du Soleil in London, Namos in Mykonos, the kind of places where bottles cost more than $100,000. Pay bills or do any administrative work themselves. Most wealthy people have yet to learn how much water, energy, or internet they use. It's frequently bundled into living expenditures, with all administrative work set up on autopay or, more often than not, paid in full for the entire year. Wealthy people act like corporations. They are the CEO, directing their lives and focusing on the most critical parts, and then you have your executive suite, which ensures that everything runs well. This disconnects them from most people since they are unaware of the discomfort of consistently having a recurring payment suck up a significant portion of their money. Take calls. Rich people text extremely. Getting a call is considered lousy etiquette unless you're essential and phoning for an emergency you texted about previously. Why? Because you are wasting their time. Rich people nowadays conduct business by text or, at most, voice messages. They would instead meet with you in person than talk on the phone, since if they are going to block time off, they might as well make it fun. However, the older generation still values a phone call on their birthday. Have breaking anxiety. When something breaks, the only difficulty for wealthy people is having to replace the item or being unable to use it at the time. They don't feel anxious about the notion that if something is a little bit more expensive, they might be unable to pay to repair it and will be left without it. This is why wealthy people do not use a case or a screen protector on their iPhones. These products are helpful for them, not a status symbol, as they are for poor people. Go to a laundromat. Most people born into prosperity have never used a laundromat since they either have a staff or, at the very least, a washing machine at home. Also, laundrettes appear to be more prevalent in the United States. While they can be found in other countries, taking your clothing out of the house to wash them is not very common. However, the wealthy make greater use of dry cleaning services. When you wear a dress or suit, it goes into the worn pile and is later folded and cleaned. Speaking of clothes, whether or not someone is wealthy may be determined by whether or not they employ hotel cleaning services. The hotel offers to wash your clothes for you, but there's something about paying a little more for a service you can do yourself for free that discourages many people from taking advantage of it. Micromanagement of funds. You're wealthy, so you don't have to engage in the financial gymnastics that come with spending $150 to cover the remainder of the week. When you're not wealthy, an entire microeconomy develops around you. This individual owes you $75, so you know you will get it on Thursday. If you don't go out this weekend, you should be fine until your next paycheck arrives on Wednesday. You know if you know. Rich people are not required to do so. They don't start a free trial and cancel it, nor do they create several emails to acquire more free goes. They don't read books on a monitor as scanned PDFs when the text is only 15 pages long. This idea of micromanaging or caring about minor purchases is something other than what they are concerned with. Be the expert in order to take more money. It's true what they say about it is easier to make money when you have money, especially a lot of money. Why? There is, however, a variation in approach. To get rich, you must take many risks with a small amount of money. When you have a lot of money, you take relatively little risk. You can make relatively safe investments and spend the interest if you have money. You also have wealth managers looking out for possibilities on your behalf. And it's usually innovative plays that poor people are unfamiliar with. What ordinary people do for fun, wealthy people do for profit. This is how it works. Regular folks buy bags as fashion accessories or for usefulness. Rich women purchase a Hermes bag, which doubles in value the moment they leave the store and continues to increase over time. The same is true of art. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content.